Hello. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nifa. Um, okay, so I want to first start off making this video just like saying my truth. Yeah, that's how I want to start this off because there has been such an interesting relationship with me creating videos as of late. And just like my comfortability, I think that's the word, or how comfortable I feel to come and talk. And I've been really trying to figure out what it is. I don't think I really have an answer for it right now, but I can just say how I feel. Many times it feels like the perception feels heavier than the reality. Like in my head, I've already deemed what other people are going to say, and then I act based off of that. And it's like, girl, that's not reality. That's not your reality. That is not something that is going to happen. I mean, it could, but who am I to say that is definitive and that is what's going to happen? So that's something that I've been trying to work on. Another thing is just like taking myself seriously when it comes to this. I mean, I think I do, to the capacity that I can, because what I've also realized is like life has a very great influence on how I create. And when life gets too hard, I'm a person that likes to retreat into my shell and figure things out and then come back. And I don't think that's sustainable for how I want to feel, because I've been realizing that this makes me feel good. So kind of like, how do I balance the thing that makes me feel good with the reality of life? Because it feels like it's just a cyclical cycle. So that's just what I've been thinking about, have been feeling, and like the things that's been causing me to kind of shy away from this medium. But with that being said, I have had this on my heart, and also, as I say, had this on my heart. There's always a pull to come back to make videos, no matter how many times I try to like run from it, or life gets too. Was that somebody running? Or life gets too hard. There's always something that pulls me back, and I already know that is a sign. So, you know, but yeah, I recently, you're gonna hear some loud noise just now because I can hear the ambulance coming. So brace yourself for that. But oh, maybe they're not coming. But recently, I wanted to make a video for my 1 year after my first abortion, or like this past year. And honestly and truly, I didn't know. A year has passed already. Because time has been feeling very strange lately. Like, I know the days are going by and I know time is moving, but part of me still feels very stuck in that date, June the 5th, 2024. I feel 5th and 6th. I feel very stuck. I'm like, in some parts of my life, I'm, moving forward. I'm putting myself out there to make more friends. I'm putting myself out there talking to people. But then there's a part of me that isn't as forthright. So that's been a very interesting thing to maneuver this past year. Another thing that's been very interesting to maneuver is sitting with my feelings and my why. I know this past year I was forced to sit with myself, even when I did not want to sit with myself, because the feelings were so big that I had no choice but to. I had not a choice. Like when something happens, you're like, oh, I can just brush that off. No. This one demanded to be felt. And it was not just one emotion. I mean, there's one emotion that definitely overpowered the rest, which was grief, but it felt like a combination of all. Like, it was like a black circle of emotions. It was just everything everywhere all at once, and just sitting with that. And oftentimes I felt like that feeling was on my chest, and I didn't know how to shake it off but to cry, you know? Um, I remember there's been times this past year where I would be doing something, whether like watching a movie, just doing something so mundane, and then I'll get triggered, and then it'll feel like I can't breathe, or I can't move, or I can't make a decision, and I would just have to stop and take a pause. Um, and then with that too, it also made me question my why a lot, like my why behind having my abortions. Um, I know it's so crazy, like you never know what's on the other side of your decision unless you make that decision. And my mind has done such a good job at creating scenarios where I can like predict what my life would have been if I had chosen something else. You know, I pick the times where, you know, life would be sweet, and I will have my kids on my arms, and I'll be teaching them about what, because I it's just so crazy because I have these moments where like I sit and I think to myself, what do I want to pass on to my kids? And I think there's so many things that I know that I want to teach them, whether that's like why is not coming to my mouth. Um, um, Standing up for yourself and standing up for others. My mom has always taught me to do that, and of late she's been like, "Girl, cuss them out." And I fear that I will be that type of mom. I will be that type of mom to tell my kids, cuss them out. So that's definitely something I will shall be passing on. um, how to treat other people, how to treat yourself, how to stand up for yourself and stand up for other people. What does it mean to be a friend? You know, like all these things that I've been going through myself. I think like, damn, these are the things that I would love to pass on. So yeah, my mind this past year has been just thinking about those what ifs. Like, what if I had chosen to have my kids? What would that look like? How would I feel? What would I be doing? Because the reality right now isn't that great. Um, and every time those thoughts come up, I always have to remind myself, like, okay, girl, this is the reason why you did this. You know, you're with someone who was a predator, manipulator, showed you that he could be physically abusive if he wanted to. And yeah, just all these things that I know I didn't want for my child. And it's so crazy because I made this video yesterday actually. And then I watched Tyler Perry's new movie, Last Show, I think it's called. And I think to myself, like, damn, that could have been my life. Like that could have been me. Um, and it's so crazy how I saw myself in that movie. Like, I would have been a single mom. I wouldn't have support from the person because he already said he didn't want to be a part of his child's life. And then my fear around like support, I think that was like one of my biggest thing. What did support look like? Because in the movie she said something that kind of like resonated with me, and I realized that's kind of like how I felt. Or maybe it was like a sub thing that she said, I don't know. But basically, like, people see you struggling and see you fighting, but nobody wants to help. Or the help that people provide may not be enough. And that was my biggest fear. Like, I know I have people around me who love me, but at some point my needs surpass what can be given. And in that moment I just knew things would have fall short. So yeah, there's just a lot of things that was behind my why. And Holding on to that this past year has been very challenging. It has been very, very challenging, especially when I see other people have kids of their own. It's like, oh shit, maybe I should have been strong enough to push through and to do these certain things. Yeah, that I think that's like one of the biggest things this past year that I've been struggling with. Um, Another thing that I've been struggling with. Oh, I have to burp. Hold on. Another thing that I've been struggling with is, which is really a fear of mine, fearing that the opportunity to have kids was in that moment, and wondering if in the past or past, if in the present that I would have kids. And I don't know if I want to say this because I don't want to sound like whoop 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 crazy. But it is my truth and it is what happened to me. So December of 2023, I want to say, because I was still in Howard. So yeah, I think it was 2023. I went home to Trinidad, and one thing, like, people need to know about me, like, you can't talk to me when I'm sleeping. Like, when I'm in a deep sleep and you try to talk to me, I'm not gonna remember anything that was being said. So I was in a deep sleep and my mom came to talk to me, and she was like we have two doors. So imagine two doors here, bed is right here. One door is the bathroom door, one door is the door to like go downstairs, or like to go in the hallway and go downstairs. So my mom is in the door that is what do you call it? Is like at the hallway to come inside. And as she's talking to me, I see like these two kids run, and they like two girls, and they have on a white dress. And I'm like, oh mom, did you not see those kids? And she's like, what? And then fast forward, you know, I don't know why I brought that up, but I don't know, something in that vision has been kind of, hold on, it's gonna be loud. Um, has been kind of comforting in some way, shape, or form. Um, I'm gonna leave it as that because I don't want to explain why it's been comforting, but having that moment felt very comforting, and that has been the thing that I've been holding on to this past year, because the fear of me not having kids again, it's by the chokehold. Um, Sorry, I made like a little list. I don't normally make a list, but this video is, I have been all over the place with this because it just, this is like the closest thing to me. Like, you know how I view this? It's like me, a barrier, people, and talking about this breaks down that barrier, so you're seeing me, and that to me is very, 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 very scary. Um, so like those are like bad things, you know. Some good things that have come out this past year was me standing up for myself. I have been using this throat chakra a lot. I have, to the point where I'm just like, and also my mom was telling me a story the other day about me, and I'm a certified crash out. I am, and the reason why I bring that up, well, the reason why I'm saying like I just realized is because I have a very big memory gap from the age of 16 go forward, go back. So when she told me that, I was like, that kind of makes sense for how things like sit with me and how passionately I feel about things and how like aggressive I am sometimes. Because that, it's me. It's me. So like tapping back into that energy has also been feeling very good. Not to like be mean to people, whatever, but to stand up for myself and to have that very like, no, you're not gonna mess with me type shit. So coming into that again has been very interesting in this past year. I feel more grounded in who I am and what I want, how I want to feel. In most instances, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things, but there's more of a I'm here type shit. Um, there's another thing I wanted to say that was good. Oh, this past year I've been finding more community. More, whether that's well specifically in the world of individuals who have had abortions, because with this experience comes emotions that I just don't feel comfortable sharing with people who haven't had these first-hand experiences, because one, it can make you feel very crazy saying things out loud, but to find people who understand that deeply and that intimately without you having to be like, do you get that, do you get that, and you don't have to think, you just speak, that has been so refreshing. It has been top tier feelings stepping into my support group and just knowing that within this hour, whatever I say and whatever other people say, we all just get it. We all just get it. We've felt it. We've been there before. So really, shout out to my support group. Um, because I'm not gonna lie, that has truly carried me in this first year of mine. The first for anything is really, really hard. And the first of like first Mother's Day, first Father's Day, which is today, first anniversary of my first abortion, coming up with second abortion. All these firsts, I've been able to sit with them and share and just be held in those moments, because Mother's Day, it broke me. In many ways, that hurt. One, I think not being seen as a mom, even though I am a mom, and just like coming to terms with that for myself, I think is a big thing. Because when you think about mom, you think about having a child outside, but I do have kids, but they're just not here. Um, and also, just kind of like shout out to my friend Celeste for telling me happy birthday, Mother's Day, because I did want to be seen in that way on that day, and I wasn't by a lot of people, and that's like no fault of their own, but yeah, getting through that hurdle was really hard, and I was able to like cross that with other people who understand. Um, and it's crazy because I really dreaded those days. I cried most of the time. Not gonna lie, I cried in work, cried on my way to work, cried back inside. It was just a lot of crying, and yeah, I'm happy that I got over that. Uh, um, I am. But yeah, community. It has saved me. It has saved me time and time again. Um, yeah. So this past year has been challenging. This past year has been earth shattering, core trembling, sad, filled with grief, but also filled with joy and joyous moments. Like today, I'm going to my friend's birthday party with my roommate slash friend, and it's like in these moments, I tend to forget what has happened, and I'm not in a way like I try to forget, but it's a moment where like I don't feel that heaviness. I don't feel like if something's wrong with me. So I'm so grateful, so grateful um, for moments like this, because it's been a lot of It's been a lot of hard moments, a lot of hard moments, but you know, yeah. So that is my first year. Um, let's see what year two has in store for us and what we feel. And just, I'm looking forward to higher highs. I'm looking forward to more answers for myself. Um, I'm looking forward to more love and to be loved how I want to be loved and how I give love and how I want to receive love. I'm looking forward to more community, more happy times. My birthday's coming up too, so I'm looking forward to that. Um, yeah, there's many things that I am hoping to call in and hoping to experience this next year. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm about to get ready. I think my roommate just knocked on my door. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment. You don't have to comment if you don't want to, but like, share, subscribe, all the good things. And yeah, look forward to talking into the next, not into the next one. Look forward to talking again in the next one. Okay. Peace.